slip. I made sure that I found a way through a cloud of haze. Every day I wept, found how to live through all them cloudy days. You know the mind's a maze with all its mixtures. It's always hard to get the entire scope of the picture. 1080p, that's you other busters, yeah, obsolete. Can't fuck with me, excuse my French, but I'm not discreet. I wear my heart on my sleeve, but I've learned my lesson. I learned 1996 birth, one of the greatest weapons untold. I'm destined to reach heights thought I could never see, but foolish thoughts rampage my heart and let me not reach the peaks that's entrusted to me. My belief shatter off past actions. I grieve, but grievance never really matter. It's how I choose to act differently in the coming battles to overcome my limitations and get out my shadow. But it's hard to wade in this water, but it was never shallow. Fuck it, let me get the paddles. Fuck that now, let me get this castle. Fuck that now, let me get this battle.
What it do, everybody? What's good? It's your humble host Sage back up in this thing with my brethren as always. We got Chef D, aka Nasty Nino. We got Croco's Corner, and we got T Smooth with you for episode 82. Another one wrapped up in this thing. It's about to be an interesting show. Don't have a lot of information right now. A couple series has ended. Some series are still going on, and we got some new gaming trailers as well due to PlayStation State of the Play. So we are very happy to get to talking about these things with y'all today. If y'all haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe button if you're coming from the YouTube side. Hit that follow button if you're coming from the Twitch side, and even subscribe if you just feel so inclined. If you don't believe in our takes, if you think differently, don't be afraid to put that in the comment section. You might get one of us to respond to you, so that we can have a open dialogue about the issues that you might have. Nonetheless, make sure you got that noti bell as well to make sure you are tuned in with all of our content that we will be dropping on this channel and live streams too. Nonetheless, how's everybody doing this week? Or today, at least.
Well, today
terrible. Ravens in the ass bust.
I feel great. You know, Joshua, Timothy, Jabari Allen carried us to another victory. You know, 4-0, baby. That's what we do.
How about you, Croco?
Tired, but I'm good.
I'm tired as well. All right. If y'all didn't know, obviously a big trailer just dropped for one of the most beloved Marvel superheroes, since the character's inception. We got Insomniac back for more after releasing the two Spider-Man movies, two Spider-Man games, and the Miles Morales game. Now they're dipping their toes in the Wolverine. Now, if you weren't hip to this, they already had a leak. We already knew that this was in development. They already showed, I guess, kind of like a teaser for it a couple years back. Insomniac went through a big leak, and they had to push all of their projects back. I'm actually going to bring up some of those leaks as well to see how we feel about Insomniac going forward. But nonetheless, Marvel's Wolverine, new trailer just dropped with a little bit of gameplay, a little bit of cinematics as well. Shit gave me goosebumps, I ain't gonna lie. So let's tap into this, see how everybody's reaction is.
Been fighting longer than I can remember. I'd like to say I'm not a violent man. That trouble just has a way of finding me. But I'd be lying. Doesn't matter where I go. How far I run. Death's always waiting. Just not for me.
So sad we gotta wait so long.
Before I get into that, I just want y'all to know people are people in the ethos in the sphere of our reality have been saying that gaming has been slacking. 2026, 2025 has already been crazy, as is. But 2026 is about to be one of the craziest years for gaming that we probably have seen in quite some time. We got GTA 6 coming out. We got this coming out. I'm pretty sure it's a hell of a lot more games that's just I'm losing right now. Probably that intergalactic joint from Naughty Dog.
Mhm. Yeah.
All of these things coming out. It's about to be a great year for gaming. Nonetheless, how y'all feeling about that trailer though?
Naughty Dog did this game.
T, you're muted.
So, no, Naughty Dog didn't make this game. Insomniac made this game.
No,
Naughty Dog
Insomniac,
made that
yeah.
intergalactic game with Shorty from Sabrina.
Yep. Okay.
My issue is with the timeline of when this game is coming out. The PS5 came out in 2020. The shelf life before another PlayStation comes out is usually 6 to 7 years. Who's to say that they're going to push this back one more year? That's my issue, to have it on better hardware. They're
not
already
going to.
pushing huh?
They could just release it on both.
Yeah.
And that
That's
goes
gonna make
back
them more
to
money.
but that goes back to when the PS5 released. Do I need, because several games still came out on the PS4 when the PS5 came out. And there was really no PS5 only titles to make you say, "Hey, this system was worth it." I got the PS5 on day one, and 4 out of the games that I bought, 3 were still playable on PlayStation, and the one that wasn't playable on the PS4 was a remaster of a game that came out on the PS3. So it wasn't like I had a brand new PS5 game. So like I said, my issue is the timeline. Like, I can't wait to play this game. I'm going to play it regardless, but it doesn't look good when, one, it had to get pushed back because of the leaks, but y'all still could have released it ahead of time. But now it leaves Insomniac like, so Spider-Man 3 is not coming out for this console life. We're gonna have to wait for the PlayStation 6. Is the PlayStation 6 even worth waiting for when you got most of these games? If you wait a year, it comes out on PC.
Yo,
So it's like,
all right. So in regards to that, the big question there is the PS6 release, right? Is given the PS5 Pro that just came out, T, this is your background, so I'm leaving this to you.
Yep.
Is that something that we would like? Do they have enough development for technology? Is there anything there? Like, I remember when PlayStation 4/5, 4 came out, and ray tracing was like the big thing, right? Like, that was huge. That was a huge development, and it was something that they were going to make sure would be able to be compatible for any system that we use. Is there anything like that exists that is on the horizon that would give us a reason for a P6 coming out? Because right now, I really, with the P5 Pro, I can't, but I just don't know enough. But I can't see a reason why a P6 would need to come out right now.
Well, but that's the thing. The shelf life of the PS4. The PS4 came out in 2013.
I believe it was 2013.
And yep, November 15, 2013. And the PS5 came out November 2020. So literally 7 years. So we got technically 2 more years till a new PlayStation comes out. This game comes out next year.
Which in the tech world is infinite in a way, because the updates happen at any time. They could have ray tracing 2.0 by 2027. That wouldn't necessarily be shocking. But will we have seen will we have seen the remnants of it at this point? Or is it something where, no, even this close to the 2027 date, you still could not necessarily have that technology announced, but it could still be available by then? I don't know.
Possible.
I just don't see the point of no PS6. I just
They're trying to
don't
get their
like.
money.
But like, what will you add to it? And see, here's that also kind of plays a part. If there's not enough to add to it, T,
It's
and it's
just
just a rush, why would they not still have a game like this come out for the PS5?
No, it
It's
was
just
still.
processing power.
But I'm just saying they can, like, it will give them the reason to be like, hey, we're going to push it back because
Push it
PlayStation
back.
6 is about to come out. So
They're not gonna do
that.
That'd be so
They
stupid.
leave it. They
though,
leave
if
it money.
Yeah,
They
they
leave
wouldn't
money
push
on the
Here's thing,
board.
I understand they're leaving money on the board. I'm just making a point. If I'm a developer for a game, I can be like, hey, you know what? I can push it back, and I can give y'all any reason. Look at GTA 6. We've been waiting. They've been saying, like, every under the sun, they've been giving a reason. Oh, we're working on stuff. Oh, we want to make it better. Oh, we want to make it better. Who's to say GTA 6 wasn't ready 2 years ago?
Probably was.
It could have came out. It literally could have came out 3 years ago on the PS5.
If it could have,
Probably not,
then
though.
they would have
But
done
that-
it.
but the
'Cause
bad part is- but
nonetheless,
here's
hold
the
up,
thing,
hold up. Nonetheless, they're still dropping it on the PS5 regardless. So obviously they couldn't drop it because they would have dropped it
But
already.
here's my annoyance with games nowadays. Here's my annoyance. It came out on the PS3. Then we got a remake on the PS4 for GTA 5. Then we got another remake on the PS5. Bruh, it's going to be the same thing over again. We will not get another GTA until PlayStation 9. It's going to be... They carry. GTA 5 carried for almost, 13, 14 years.
Yeah, that's what they're planning on again.
Just make one. Make one, because the PS4 games can play on the PS5, and I'm pretty sure they're going to do the same thing with the PS6. You don't need to make another game like that. It's just... I understand trying to milk it for all the money that we got, and it's like, but it's like, geez, this economy is ridiculous.
I still think they
Yeah,
should.
it's-
I don't think they should wait another year to release the Wolverine game or anything. But to your point, I see the PS6 will come out late, like 2027 or early 2028. At this point, they're like, shit, fuck it, just release this game, and then if we do another Wolverine game or X-Men game, it's for the PS5 and PS6. But I don't think they should push it back just to wait for the release, because then you're like, okay, y'all, we pushed this game back, but now we're gonna wait for y'all to spend $500 to $600 to $700 on a new console. It's like niggas are gonna be like, I'm not buying a new console just to play the Wolverine game. Like that would be absurd to be like, yeah, we're gonna wait for the whole base, like our audience, to spend $600 just so they can play a $65 game for 2 months, 2-3 months. That'll be OD.
You'll be surprised.
I don't know. I don't think
the
they
way
would
that
do it.
people move, I don't like. It's one of those things where it's like a never say never. So I do get your point, T. But I think you can capitalize on making a lot more money having this game released when they say it's going to release, having it available on P5. If they need to if the P6 comes out sometime in the next 2 years after that, then yeah, at that point, that's a remastered situation. And if it's a great game, it'll probably hit well in the remastered edition as well. People want, especially if it's like, because I kind of get it. I'll kind of get into what I like about this game. What I like about it is we know that with Spider-Man, a big thing was like the web swinging fluidity. That was like, I remember when the first one came out, and it was like, yo, this is almost seamless. Like, this is really, really good. And what you would kind of want to see mechanism wise with Spider-Man. And it kind of took some of the movements that you would see in like the Gotham series and like completely redid that. They redid the whole thing with that. They really brought that like superhero fighter movement. They did that really well with the Spider-Man games. So looking at this game and just kind of seeing how you can how the fluidity go, like kind of, it looks like it elevated even further. I know that a lot of this was just kind of like that what is it, like the I can't think of the phrase for it, but it wasn't actual gameplay. it was just kind of like cutscenes. There we go. It was just kind of like cutscene-ish images that they gave us in this trailer. But like if him scaling down a mountain is clean with the blades, if you really like the pause if necessary, but the thrust that Wolverine does when he when he kind of launches both hands forward into enemy's chest, it felt like they kind of had like the feel of that down, or they at least are thinking about it, because if they could show something like that in a trailer, then it lets me know, okay, well, you may get some of those exact same nuances and emphasis in the actual gameplay itself. So I'm really excited about that. With Wolverine, not a flying character, not a swinging character, but just kind of being like an animal, having him in this setting, I'm really interested in. It's making me think that maybe this is gonna. That's why I was asking y'all if this was Naughty Dog, because I'm like, I could see a lot of the Uncharted movements kind of recreated here with Wolverine, and that's gonna be really interesting to see in an actual game and how that plays out. I'm very curious. Mix that in with like assassin violence as well, as opposed to like with Uncharted where it's just like treasure hunting. um, I'm really, really, really interested in seeing that. I'm excited. Wolverine is my favorite superhero, so him getting a game is huge for me. I really appreciate it, and I hope that everything with it is done really well and looks really well. The Mystique angle, I'm really curious to see how that's going to play out in the actual game. Like, is that just going to be a quick second thing, or is that going to be something where it has more impact in the actual gameplay itself? Very curious about that. But yeah,
Supposedly
I'm
it might be
excited.
Mystique gameplay.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
lit.
for
Oh,
sure.
that's lit. That's cold. Ooh.
I was gonna say, for what we've seen, it looks great, but it seems like he's talking to somebody too, though, from the dialogue. Like, I'm not a hero, I'm Wolverine, or wherever I go, death is around the corner, but not for me. It's like, yo, this could be like a recruiting game. Like X-Men could be recruiting him. I mean, I don't really know. I'm just, grasping at straws here, but he's
Spitballing
giving
here.
an example of why he shouldn't be part of a team, or why he's not a hero. He's just the Wolverine. That could be the Mystique angle, or it could be someone else, because we do see the Sentinels there too. So it could be like, yeah, we need your help with these things hunting down mutants. Uh, Boulevard Trash, we know you worked with Stryker or whatever, but the storyline seems like it'll be cool though. I definitely like that a lot.
All right. Um, this is some of the projects that was leaked about Insomniac. If you don't know, Insomniac has a deal with Marvel Gaming, or at least their division, to be able to use their properties to create kind of like an expansive gaming universe. They started it off with Spider Man, obviously introduced Miles Morales and Cindy Moon in the post credits for Spider Man 2. If you didn't know that, I'm sorry, spoiler alert. Game been out for fucking years, so I'm sorry. They were supposed to come out with the Venom game, and that was actually supposed to come out this year if all of this stuff was not leaked out. Venom was supposed to come out this year. It looks like Wolverine is staying on his date for next year. We have Spider Man 3 as well, that's scheduled for late 2028. Ratchet and Clank, late 2029. And an X-Men game, late 2030. Which I'm really super duper curious. What out of those projects piqued your interest the most? I'm guessing it'll be the X-Men. I'm not gonna.
Say that again. All of them again.
Venom. We got Venom was supposed to come out this year. Wolverine is coming out next year as planned. Spider
Venom
Man
getting a
3.
game?
They were supposed to do a standalone Venom. I think it was gonna go into the Carnage side story from Spider Man
Okay.
2. But they never. I don't know if they're still releasing it. The leaks kind of fucked everything up. Wolverine next year. Spider Man 3, 2028. Ratchet and Clank 2029. X
Be right
Men
back,
20.
gentlemen.
Mhm. You said X-Men,
Prob-
Rob?
Yeah,
Probably X-Men.
X.
I'm
That's
not
what it
gonna
says.
lie, bro. All them shit's probably gonna be kind of crazy.
Yeah, Ratchet
Um,
and Clank. Yeah,
but you said Spider-Man 3, a Venom game, and an X-Men game.
if they're still coming out with the Venom game, we don't know yet.
But Spider-Man 3 is for sure coming out when
Spider-Man
2028.
3. They haven't really talked about it, but this is what their kind of like roadmap was for the next couple of years. This is what they were planning. This was before the leak. Well, we're getting this from the leak, so they could have changed it up.
I'm gonna say the X-Men one for sure. Spider-Man is always gonna be something that's fun to play, because you can traverse through the city, web swinging, or whatever. I mean, they did a hell of a job with the Venom story. I did feel like sometimes the gameplay felt kind of flat, but for X-Men, I'm curious on what storyline they're going after. But I feel like that game, depending on how they make it, is gonna be the one on top for me.
Hmm. They also were
Depending
supposed
on
to
who the
come
team
out.
is too.
They also were supposed to come out with something called the Great Web, which was going to be a multiplayer Spider-Man game, which I pray to the heavens up on high to please bring this game. Don't play with us because it's a multiplayer Spider-Man game. God for y'all should have made Spider-Man 2 multiplayer co-op specifically. And then y'all could have had a lot more things to do that way. But nonetheless, beggars can't be choosers. But the moment that we hear a multiplayer Spider-Man game, you need to release that. I don't care about the excuses. I don't care about anything else. Like Spider-Man 3 might be on the list for me, higher up, but X-Men as well. It's just something about the X-Men title.
Hmm.
And I'm curious what direction are they going to take? Are they going to take the co-op direction? Multiple players to be able to be used? Can you pick your players? What characters are they going to use? Because X-Men have a whole host of characters that you can choose from.
Hmm.
And this Wolverine game hopefully gives us more of a background onto that X-Men side of the universe. Technically, it's Spider-Man's universe too from Insomniac, but
Oh, it
I don't
is?
believe. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, they're in the
Okay.
same universe. I don't believe that Spider-Man has spoken about anything or there's any Easter eggs. Probably. I just can't remember off the top of my head. Croco, you was about to say so?
No, yeah, just I think you kind of hit on it as to why X-Men would be the one. There's so many questions and possibilities. Is it gonna be a single play? I think it would be a huge miss if it was a single player and they just say you pick what character you play as. It's gotta be a co-op. And I think that would be a fun co-op. We've been playing Borderlands where you get to kind of pick between, if you got 4 people, you get to pick between 4 different characters that you could play as, and you guys could swap out as who you want to be at any point, really. Even if it's through another story. To be able to have X-Men and let's say one day you want to play with your boys and you play as Wolverine, but then the next day you could play as Cyclops, the next day you could play as the next person. That would be really fun. It's just that in and of itself is knowing that you get in like a superhero game that is like super polished and well done. Not any of that Arkham, whatever that last Arkham was, where they had all of the different characters, but the game was trash. I mean, a really good game, and on top of that good game, this amount of variation that you get to kind of choose between. Yeah, come on. That game would do, like, if it's done right, that game would do. I don't know. I don't want to say that it would be better, cuz the thing about Spider-Man is there's a lot of people that first of all would be anticipating that game. But B, I do think there is still a lot of power in like single player games.
Mm-hmm.
But if that X-Men game is done right, fam, people who don't have consoles going to be like, all right, let me go get a console.
Bro, that's because I'm like, if they already introducing Wolverine, it's like, he gonna have to be because he got his X-Men suit. He got his X-Men suit in the video game. So I don't know if he joins them or some shit,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And we get a glimpse, and that could be a tease.
Yeah.
But nigga, if we get Cyclops, and you know how X-Men '97 had niggas hype. If you got Cyclops moving like that in the video game, and you got Nightcrawler, and you got your Ice, bro. Video games like you need the X-Men with these special powers, like Iceman traversal through the mountains or some shit or whatever. It's like that really does have
Bruh,
a
and then
potential.
and D, I'm sorry to cut you off, but you just kind of
You
made me
good?
think about it too. Like Sage and I could talk about this from our time playing Rivals and T2. So like in Rivals, they have these things where like it's a certain button where you have a combo with other players that's on your team. And I'm thinking about like even the integration of something like that, where it's like if you, because when you said Nightcrawler, that's what made me think about it. Like I'm thinking of AXE era, I think Hickman, yeah, Hickman era X-Men, where he has Nightcrawler and Wolverine like teaming up. And like imagine if you could just put something like that in a game, like Nightcrawler can, if you playing as Nightcrawler, that character can move to a high point in the map, and then he hits a button and it's a team up with Wolverine where he could pick Wolverine up and drop him in the middle of the map, or Cyclops in the middle of the map. And then there's like a button layout where you could do that. It could simply be a D-pad, like a D-pad hold with the buttons, Rob. So like you have Y, or I can't think of what the PlayStation controller look like right now. You got circle. No, Y is Xbox. You got circle, square. Like circle is one character, triangle is another character, X is one character, square is another character, and while you holding on that D-pad, and that you get to choose between which one you want to be able to essentially teleport. That like, bro, it's so many possibilities that could happen with this game. Like if they really, I almost don't want it to be soon that we get the game. Like let's see how the success is with X-Men or with Wolverine. And if it's really a smash like suit like Spider-Man is, which I really think it probably would be, I want you to start working on X-Men and give that like 5 years. Like the time that GTA put toward Rockstar puts towards GTA, or Rockstar puts towards Red Dead Redemption, I want you to put that much time towards an X-Men game and like really think about every little detail that you could possibly, if you got a moment where Cyclops can heat up Wolverine claws and now he got like flaming hot claws that's being able to penetrate a Sentio, where they couldn't, where it's not easy to penetrate the armor of the Sentinel in the game. Little stuff like that. I want that level of nuance to be thought about and given to an X-Men game. And then another point, this is the last thing I got, but another point is X-Men is X-Men for Marvel and Green Lantern for DC is what I usually think of. These are the two like definitely on the Mount Rushmore of just stories. Both of those, Green Lantern for DC has a plethora of stories. X-Men for Marvel has a plethora of stories. The storylines that you choose for this game, like how crazy that in and of itself could be. You could have everything from E is for Extinction to you like, bro, there's so much. You could have Age of Apocalypse. Could you even imagine an apocalypse in this game? And then like again, going off of that D-pad, his 4 horsemen as the 4 buttons, and he can do something crazy with that. Oh, bro, they don't make this game. I hope my bread is up in 5 years because I'm gonna make it. You can't put this idea in my head and tell me we not executing. Ain't no way. I need this. X-Men takes the cake because it's the more that I sit here talking about it, the more I'm like, no, I actually need this game. This is something I would spend a year playing, and I haven't felt that way about a game in a while.
Bro, that really got me thinking. I really think we might, because we saw a glimpse of Mystique. We might be seeing some other X-Men characters in there. Not saying they're gonna be playable, but I mean, shit, if they got, let's say they got Gambit in there or something, and he's playable for like for 2 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like,
bruh,
you get Sabretooth and Wolverine because it's in the Insomniac joint. If we got Mary Jane gameplay, we can give somebody else gameplay. Goddamn,
right?
If we got a Mary Jane mission where she holding a flashlight and a taser, nah. Give me the Mystique gameplay. Give me some Sabretooth, some something. It's like, bro, like, because Insomniac gonna do their thing. And I feel like Spider-Man 2 was a very big game. And if we got the X-Men on that level, then it's like, bro, there's no telling of what we can do. Because weren't you able to play as Agent Venom in the game, or no, I'm tripping? Or he just joined you on missions?
He just joined you on missions.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, in the future, the technology gonna be there. They're gonna be like, yeah, we already got the money. We need this co-op X-Men game. We need multiple gameplays. Like you can have your 5 to 6 main X-Men, but we need side missions where we able to do something else. And I told you the best
Let
person to
let me
use,
make my team.
bro,
How
and that's what I'm
crazy
saying.
would that be?
Make your team, but if they can only do so many cameos, you can do some shit like Morph can do whatever X-Men he can choose from, right? But you get like a certain amount of time to be that character. It's not like a full-on mission. It's like Morph can hold it, video game logic shit. Morph can hold this power for 30, 45 seconds. So then you get 30 seconds to play as Quicksilver or 30 seconds to play as like
I see what you're
somebody
saying.
else.
Yeah.
Just because it's a video game, but it's like that's a smart way they can go about it. But for sure, they cannot. That's one thing they can't do. They can't fuck up no X-Men, bro.
I don't think that they, and that's the thing, like they've gotten so much down with that, like, bro, the things that they did with these two Spider-Man games is like, it's like it's genuinely Sage. I know, like you, I kind of grew up. Spider-Man was my favorite. Wolverine is my favorite character today, but when I was a kid, it was Spider-Man. All right, and all of those Spider-Man games that was coming out, whether it was on PC or whatever, like they were very fun games, and I was able to like get into them. But the leaps and bounds that Insomniac went when they did this most recent Spider-Man game, these two, that makes me think like I like just playing those other Spider-Man games when I was a kid, which again were fun.
hmm
It- bro, they got so much down pat that, and like again, a big thing is that damn web swinging. Like if I was looking at a video of Insomniac after the first Spider-Man came out, and they were talking about like all of the lengths that they went and trying to perfect that as well as they did, and the different things that they were thinking about. If they if their mind is in that for Spider-Man, I imagine that their mind would be like that for Wolverine, and we'll see that. I imagine that their mind would be like that for X-Men, and just that's gonna be something different to see.
hmm
I don't see them messing it up. It's just a question of how much will actually be possible. I think that's what could ruin the game. To your point, D, maybe they have limitations, and it's not that they can do anything about these limitations. It's just coding. It's as far as they can possibly go with the coding of it all. And would that be enough to piss fans off, or would it be enough for them to be able to appreciate what they were able to accomplish? That's to me at least, that feels like the real question that the game would have to face.
hmm
But yeah, it's yeah, bruh. You can't X-Men game? Come on.
They've been working on this shit for 4 years. They released that teaser trailer 2021. I mean, good.
Yeah, bruh.
They released the trailer in 2021, the teaser.
2021.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
crazy.
mean, the
That,
data
but I
leak
like that.
didn't they? I think they went back to the drawing board because once that leak came out, niggas was like, "Yo, this shit look kind of ass."
Because it was super early in development. Like
It
it
was,
was gonna
but
look
damn,
bad.
5 years?
5 years.
No, I don't think we should be waiting 5.
They making sure. I
But
wait.
but I like, that's what I'm saying. Like, especially if it's something where when you think about if the quality of it were to be like lackluster, how much that would impact how not only you but so many other people would view the game.
Yeah,
Something like a superhero, like just trying to get everything down for a superhero, I'd prefer if they take their time. Honestly, I would prefer if they took their time more than I think I would GTA, knowing that GTA like got a base set
yeah,
up from like 20 years ago that they still could just work and upgrade. And it's like I'm much more understanding at least for that with a
facts.
superhero game.
Because this shit really, like you said, this is based in the same Spider-Man universe. They're like, no, we need some shit to kick off this X-Men part. So this game got to be top notch. Damn, I thought it was 2023 they released that little snippet. I know it's 2021.
Yeah, that's no, that game about to be smoke. I'm excited.
Yeah.
All right. Since we're on Marvel, we might as well end off the Marvel section at least with the Marvel zombies. Have y'all tapped into? I know we were talking
I
about it.
have.
No, I didn't tap in yet.
I bet. We could talk about it spoiler free since it's still fairly new. They did drop all 4 episodes, but the reviews in which I've been seeing generally is that a lot of people genuinely love this show. Me
Yeah, I've
personally,
seen good reviews.
yeah, me personally, I love this show. I'm not gonna lie. You're gonna have some people that's gonna be upset. Marvel is not afraid to kill niggas off. So if you feel like you love a character and you don't want them to die and they end up dying, don't go poo pooing on the show just because your favorite character died, okay? It's zombies. In the comic books, Marvel Zombies, practically everybody gets cooked, if I'm not mistaken. The entire virus starts to travel planetary to other planets, and then it becomes universal. So if you're looking at this hoping that your favorite character is going to be alive and do all this grandiose shit, I'm sorry to tell you that's just wouldn't happen. So if you can get past that, I think that you would thoroughly enjoy yourself with this Marvel Zombies experience. Again, quick 4 episodes. It was supposed to be a movie, but since they added Spider-Man to it, they had to split it up into a show, technically. That's why when you watch it, it kind of feels like a movie. Um, Nonetheless, every episode, it felt like you had the stakes there. It felt like every episode was getting better and better
So
as time went on.
I got a question. That remark you made. So it was supposed to be a movie, but due to like I guess the contract between Sony and Marvel Disney, they since they added him in, they can't use him as a movie character.
They can't use him as a movie character, no.
Ah, okay.
Unless given explicit consent by Sony, which they're not gonna do because they don't want anything button in the head with their Miles Morales animated nor their live action.
Did Tom Holland voice him? Because I know some of the other characters
No,
voice. Really?
he didn't voice him in the What If episode either. They got somebody completely different.
Hmm.
They made it kind of somewhat in his image, but
Dude, they don't play around.
Yeah, they don't.
Sony does not play around when it comes to a Spider-Man. Honestly, without spoiling, one of the things that I think was actually, and I wanted to talk to you about this a little bit more, Sage. One of the things that I really did enjoy was, even though this was animated, it was probably one of the better showings of
Mhm.
like grouped characters
Mm-hmm.
that I've seen from the MCU. Especially the ensembles that we saw were characters that we, for the most part, were familiar with. Um, that was really encouraging, especially with Avengers coming out next year. This was a really good way and a really good time for them to introduce something to make you feel like, okay, I could actually get into the narrative and stories around different characters being paired up in different ways than anything that I've seen in the MCU at this current moment. Outside of maybe What If, but What If didn't really have that gravitation that I think people could have with this Marvel Zombies. So I was really happy about that. That gave me a lot more confidence. As time progresses, I think I'm just naturally becoming more and more excited for Avengers. But this was something where they actually gave me something to push me in the right direction. I still think they gonna end the year bad. I'm gonna be honest.
Why?
A
Because of
lot of
Wonder Man.
people, a lot of people been
Yes.
saying Wonder Man is a surprisingly great show.
A lot of people like who? Don't tell me they're a nerd.
No, he hasn't been
I'm
confirmed.
about to say.
Some leakers and scoopers who have been privy to be able to watch it a little bit earlier have been saying, "Hey, the people that surrounding the project, the people that have had the opportunity to watch the project, are saying that this is a pretty good fucking project.
I
It's a little,
mean,
it's a little different than what Marvel is accustomed to producing, but it's more of that creative lane they're getting back to, I guess you said.
but they say that all the time for every project. Like They said that for the Flash with Ezra Miller. Tom Cruise said this is one of the best movies I've ever seen. Tom Cruise said that. Then we got that fucking slop, and it's like, bro, like before it come out, I'm not really believing nobody. It's really amazing. It's a different take on the character. It's this and this and this and this. It's like you want to be invited back for backstage passes so you can rub on Kevin Feige's bald head and do some other shit. But still, I'm not buying the Wonder Man shit, bro.
I can't either.
That was clean.
Because I'm already knowing it's them people that just be fawning over probably John Campy a goofy. I love Wonder Man. He always loved everything Marvel.
Yeah.
So unless Nerdrotic himself comes out and says Wonder Man is a hit.
So like one of the things that I think like is why I'm so not excited for Wonder Man is they did a good, like, and we've talked about this before. They've done a pretty good job of going into a more serious or just different tonal feel with the stuff that's come out this year. That I feel like what Wonder Man is gonna do is it's gonna be like a rubber band moment where it like snaps back to the type of content that we really were trying to see less of, i.e. like the She-Hulk and the Marvels, and I really feel like it's gonna go back into that overly comedic bag. Now I could be wrong, and I am accountable when I come on to the podcast and say I was wrong. So I will admit that I am wrong if I am wrong. But it just everything that I've gotten with the story, with the setup, with the Hollywood, like they trying to do like a comic book Once Upon a Time in Hollywood kind of esque vibe. I don't. And then I have tons of humor in it. Again, we have been getting if it was like a more all right, let me give you an example. If they had presented this as a true crime noir in Hollywood, I think that I would be like, okay, I see where you're going, and I'm interested and curious to see how that goes. But the fact that I know this is definitely something that's going to get back into the comedic world that Disney and Marvel have had like ups and downs with, in terms of it was successful with James Gunn, but in a lot of other iterations of it, it has not been appreciated and it's been borderline annoying. I don't want to see them go back into this bag right now. I just don't. I don't want to see it. True, at like LA noir type crime, I'm all here. I'm here for that. I would have been like, all right, cool. Let me see what Wonder Man hitting for. But I just comedy bag, bro. I don't like it. Maybe this will change my mind though. Maybe this will get me into the MCU comedy bag. I just hate it. I hate everything that they do with it. Thor was bro. That's the one. That's the one. Thor. It was Thor that ruined, like, it just soured the idea of comedy in the MCU for me. The way that they do it in like the Russo brother films, i.e. Avengers films, I don't hate that. Like, that's not enough to make me go or cringe. Guardians of the Galaxy, again, the way that James Gunn does it, I can tolerate it, much as I did for Superman. I know that there was a lot of critiques and frustrations with the way that Superman was portrayed, but when I'm sitting in the theater watching it, I can tolerate James Gunn's comedic takes for the most part. There is a percentage where I can't, but for the most part, I like a lot of the things that he does with comedy in his films. But everything, again, Thor, everything that they did with Thor, hate it. And that's what I call the MCU comedy tone. That's the general tone of their comedy to me, is the stuff that you see in Thor. Marvel Zombies is what we were talking about. Sorry for the tangent. Without spoiling it, that was, I think, a big thing, was the way that they did the characters. The story itself, it was fast. It was short. It's very short. 4 episodes. A lot that they kind of pushed into that, but they left a lot of things. It was cool. I like how they left more or less a lot of things kind of open, and you have to kind of you guessing. It's basically like they kind of flexed a little bit. It was like you gonna want a season 2 of this, so we gonna leave it to where you have those questions for season 2 because you gonna get it, you gonna want it, and you gonna get it. And it was a bold choice and narrative, but it worked because I do want to see what they have, what season 2 of this is hitting for, and I hope it's more episodes. T, did you see it?
Of course, I watched it all the way through.
What's your things? How'd you feel?
I don't want no Blade movie. I want a Blade Moon Knight story.
Right? Facts.
That's how I feel. The way that man came in and bodied Ghost that quickly. Oh my gosh.
No spoilers.
It's in the trailer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say.
It's in the trailer.
Yeah, I know. He went right in. I didn't know. I was nervous and I was agreeing.
Whoa. No, I'm keeping it to the trailer. The trailer. So like I said, even off the trailer, I wanted Blade Moon Knight. I don't want no. My regular Blade, y'all already like tossed that away about multiple times. No, bring in Ryan Coogler, Blade Moon Knight. Let's go from there. I'm happy. Like literally from start to finish, like it was heat. It was heat. The way it started off, and and it all goes back to I can't spoil anything. Oh wow, an 88-yard touchdown by Matthew Stafford. Sorry, ADHD kicked in. But yeah, the way it all came together was pretty dope. It left you in your feels. Have y'all watched the anime Agami Got Killed?
No. I heard that. I think you mentioned that before though.
That's how I felt watching this. And now, do you understand why I say that?
Yeah, but go into it more. I definitely.
I'm not, but then I'm gonna spoil. I'm gonna spoil.
Oh yeah, you can't.
Remember,
Okay,
but think about it. But think about Agami Got Killed. You cannot like somebody too much if you know the premise of how that goes.
Yeah. Yes.
So now you're picking up what I'm putting down a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it does.
Because
it does.
It was the same remark you said earlier, but I don't want to get far into it because then I'm end up spoiling something. But,
right.
I like how they pushed the envelope with that because it was literally JJK Agami Got Killed in a sense, and it worked with the way they did it. Everything had a purpose for what was done. Hit that man. No, JT needs to get the ball. Hit him. And I like how they put everything together and wrapped it up in a nice little bow to make us want more. To make us want a season 2. To leave us guessing for what's to come if it does get the green light. So yeah, that series was in my book an 8.5 out of 10.
I second that as well.
Oh, another point. Without spoiling, there's a character that we are very critical of in their role in the MCU, and it goes back to the comedic stuff that we were talking about. I really loved how they had.
I liked him.
Yeah,
I liked him.
It was.
It worked. I'm gonna tell you now.
It was because it's 2 characters, but yeah.
Yeah, and D not gonna like that first. So I'm gonna tell you that now. He's not gonna like him. He didn't like him in the first place. He ain't gonna like him in this.
Who? Deadpool?
Nah, don't worry about it. Watch it. Not spoiling nothing.
Yeah, go watch it.
Go watch it.
Are they in the,
but I will say this:
is the character in the trailer?
No.
Both of the ones that I'm thinking of aren't. I like how they did. Okay, so
yeah.
That was it. Like I said, listen,
it worked
for Avengers coming out next year. This was this is what I like from Marvel. This was a power play, like a good power play. This is exactly the type of content that I feel like the critical fans like myself, I feel like we needed to see. Even if this is animated, we needed to see this. because I needed to see those. So okay, who do they show in the trailer? Because I might be able to frame this a little bit better. Because there is another character that this applies to for me as well.
I can't
one
remember.
the
I
one
can't.
that you just talked about. They didn't show any of the niggas outside of the
Okay.
main people.
Did they show any of the ladies?
They
Yeah.
showed Okoye in the trailer.
Okay. Okoye's mother. I'm not spoiling, but Okoye's mother, right? The fight that the biggest fight that Okoye's mother had in this season, I loved how I love how they did that character. That was what they needed to do. They needed more of that feel with that character in the in Endgame. And that was what D has been talking about with this character on this podcast. That's what I was talking about with this character.
Who is it?
Now you could go watch it. Go watch it. You can figure it out if you think back. If you think back, D, on some of the things we talk about, you will be able to piece it together. But
It's
I'm
a
not
character
gonna
I
say because
hate?
I want you to watch it. I won't say you hate the character, but you hate how the character has been portrayed in the MCU. And don't try to guess because there's plenty of people who may watch this who
There's
don't
plenty of characters
haven't
that you
watched it
hate.
yet.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
them. It's a lot of them.
Yeah. But it is one that you hate how they are portrayed in the MCU. I know that's many, and that probably didn't help much. But
Shuri.
this is the way
Nope.
no the way that they did this character specifically in relationship to how that character, because there's a parallel in this to that character in Endgame, in the relationship that they had with another character in Endgame. And again, the way that they did that here versus how they did it in Endgame was so much better. And
Yo, somebody
that is
tell me this
making my
nigga confusing
confidence.
me, bro.
I know,
Go
but I
watch it,
don't.
man. It's
Go
4
watch it.
episodes.
Go watch. It's
Watch
4
it.
episodes.
It's 4
Literally,
episodes.
every episode's about like 20, 25 minutes each. You can easily
of
run through it.
pure gory goodness, bruh.
It helped. It definitely though. Those two characters and the other one, y'all know who I'm talking about. That's the big character at the end. The way that they did those two characters, it really did. That did a lot. That was and that really helped me to like this a lot more. Not saying that there wasn't enough things that held the zombies up on its own, but man, I really wanted to see that. That felt good to be able to see that with these characters. And I'm very hopeful that we'll be able to see that same side of these characters in the upcoming movies that's coming out. Yeah. Wow, it'd be hard jumping through hoops not trying to spoil because I really wanted to say who it was, but D, I do really want you to just go watch this.
We could talk a spoiler review next week. Yeah, D, D, and for everybody else, it's literally 4 episodes. Please go watch that. I know Marvel has probably gotten y'all down recently, but this is a great series for the Halloween time as well. Great little horror, I guess, aspects to it as well. A lot of gore, a lot of stakes, and a lot of real life consequences too. If that's been your hiccup with Marvel as of recently, it's too many times the stakes don't feel real. Niggas die and then they are being brought back to life, all of that jazz. In here, everything stays how it's supposed to. So tap into it. Let us know how you feel down below. We will have a spoiler probably review, quick synopsis or review next week with in the podcast. All right, Marvel. Should we talk about Alien? Let's go Kaiju number 8 first. Kaiju number 8 season 2 has officially ended now. Yesterday was the last episode. We have now spoiler alert. We have now been introduced to, I guess, kind of somewhat like the end game, close to at least. Number 9 has sent his lackeys, which are basically like 5. What is it? 5 monsters with a fortitude of 9 or above, which is something unheard of. They're all attacking certain captains or vice captains, so that number 9 can weaken the defense force and do what he wants to do. We got introduced to that in Kafka last episode. He finally pulled up, as he always does, because he likes showing up late. But I know this is not the final one because I know he still has to talk to the samurai that he's seen, or at least figure out where the kaiju monster came from that entered his body. And I,
Wait. Hold up. They rushed all the way to that?
they showed the samurai. They just haven't
No,
talked
not the
about it
samurai.
yet.
They already at the point where they're fighting each other's, like, how do I say it? Each one that's pertaining to counteracting them from number
Yeah.
9.
hmm
Really now?
They just
Wow.
started this last episode.
Yeah.
Bruh,
They
like
literally just
that.
started, and now
It's
the
gonna
season
be
ends.
wrapped quick. This gonna be
Yeah,
one of the
it's only gonna
quickest
be 3
animes that
seasons.
we've seen.
I thought at
Probably
least
4.
you can get 4 out of it.
Probably 4.
No, it's only gonna go 3. Because think about it, that final fight leads to like the ending. That's literally issue 80 or 90 where they're at right now.
But then they have to train again. So I think it might be 4.
Train
I think
again
they're gonna
for
fight. They have to fight these monsters first, and then they're gonna get cooked, and then they gotta train and then come back, because Kafka still hasn't talked or figured out his background or anything like.
But he
They
finds out his
still have to
background when
go
he's
through it.
fighting number 9.
Yeah, but
I
that would be
thought he
next
got his-
season,
I thought
right?
he got his ass whooped.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure he got his ass whooped profusely, and then they had to double back.
Hold up. See, now I gotta go to
Always
Crunchyroll.
so fuzzy when we gotta. I haven't watched the most recent episode either, so let me just pull back.
Compatible user arc, yeah, Cataclysms arc, second wave arc, and then they have the last wave.
Yeah, they moving kind of fast. Goddamn.
How many? It's gone. It's
The-
that's
the
what I'm saying. It's
series
gonna be
ends
wrapped for
fast.
sure. It is. That is fair. It is a fast series in and of itself, but yeah, it's gone. Yo, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I would not be shocked if they wrap this in a movie.
I'll be okay with that if they do that.
I don't know
Yeah.
how many. I don't know how many more episodes this will have because it's got to be coming to a close soon.
It'd be cost prohibitive.
It all depends on where the season ends, but if I could see it ending in a movie.
The season just ended.
Oh, this is the last episode, so
That
we
was
have
the
it's
last
one more.
episode.
Yeah, I think one more season and then a movie.
I can
Yeah.
see that. Yeah, because it's the second
more
wave,
season.
and then they have the final wave after that. So I think
Right.
second wave, and then they train, and then the final wave.
Final wave would be a movie. Second wave plus training will be next season. Then it's a wrap.
That's crazy. A quarterback got robbed in Dublin, Ireland, and he suffered minor injuries.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out if I can find synopsis for these.
I do hope that the anime. Okay, so if next season is the last season, one thing that I am a little bit more critical with this current season is I did not like the animation.
They're
Yeah,
probably
you right.
saving it for the last season. That's what I noticed
Yeah.
what they usually do. When like the crazy stuff is about to happen, they usually save the animation for that. It's like they
That's
get
why I
lazy
think-
for a little bit.
Yeah, that's why I think, and I understand this season being that season, and I'm not terribly upset at that. But to your point, T, if next season is the final season, I want that season to look like season 1, and then I want the movie to look better than season 1 and season 3.
Yep.
Way better, like leagues better.
It needs to be on Demon Slayer level.
Yeah, like it really. Demon Slayer just keeps setting the bar, because that's where it's about to be. Also, little just fun fact since we brought up Demon Slayer, I think I sent it to y'all, but it surpassed Superman in the global box
Superman!
office.
That bum movie.
Told niggas.
They setting a standard. It surpassed Superman, which is crazy for it to surpass a major studio's live action superhero movie. And that's just it's Superman. Like Superman is one of those names that's like it even if you in like a cave somewhere. So that's like I think that's a pretty impressive feat by Demon Slayer. But then again, they set the bar again with this animation. They bypass Pokemon, something that held a record for 26 years or whatever the number is. Yeah. Demon Slayer set the bar again. Even if the wild part is knowing that the way that this story goes, it's not my favorite anime story progression and ending. And despite knowing that, it's still holding its weight to the level that it is. What does that say? We could possibly have like a larger discussion about that one day, but what does that say about Demon Slayer? Where does Demon Slayer like land in the grand scheme of anime? Did this animation push it into,
Yes.
It's in the
you
upper
know,
echelons.
like, yeah, like
I feel like
is the animation that good that it literally has to put it into the upper echelon?
Well, I feel like the animation is that good, but also the start of the story, and even in the
Yeah.
middle, you're like, oh, this is actually getting good. But once it falls off at the end, it does knock it down like 2 points. But with them keep like constantly upgrading the animation, it's like, damn, bro, like you really watch Demon Slayer
Yeah.
just for the animation. That's it. Same with
Yeah.
Attack on Titan. We know the ending was gonna be like kind of trash, but it's like, damn, even in the movie, the animation was fire though.
Yeah, and then the thing with Attack on Titan was it's like even though you knew that the ending was ass, you like invested in these characters. They did such a good job at like building up the relationship and the understanding of the characters. It sucks because it's like the idea of that well-rounded, all around everything is perfect anime.
Mhm.
I don't know. Like I want to say JJK was the closest thing that I've seen to that in recent years, but JJK ending is very similar to me to I don't want to say Demon Slayer. That's not fair. But it just was a little lackluster. I to Sage's point though, the more that I kind of sit with JJK, and then I think if they do tend to flesh anything out the same way that Demon Slayer is with their ending in the movies that we're getting now, if JJK does that with theirs, it could potentially be that JJK could potentially be that anime for me, where it's just like everything is perfect. Not perfect, but they hit good points in every single category. Oh, it sucks, dude. I don't know. You say Kagurabachi, Rob, but I don't know. I don't know what the next one is gonna be, brother.
Okay, now I
It
would
might
like
be
to see-
Boruto.
Don't say that now.
It might be. It might. I know a lot of people would hate me for saying that, and they like, nah, that's trash. But Boruto might be it might be the one.
I'm curious to see how this Chainsaw Man Reze arc goes for them, since it's a movie as well too. I
But
think that comes
you
out this year.
can't capture as many people with Chainsaw Man. That's the thing with that. Is like it hit home to really an adult audience and an adult audience alone. The anime that usually do end up kind of going into that upper echelon world are ones where they tell a compelling story that works not only for a child's narrative but also an adult narrative. Like where you kind of like test the line.
Mhm.
That's the ones that we put in that area. Like Full Metal Alchemist is for the most part, I don't think anybody really debates that it's definitely an upper echelon anime. And it's one of those things where the story is it's wild to say because I watched it as a kid and it didn't teach me or tell me anything that I didn't already know. But the story is definitely also for adults, but it also kind of fit for kids. It's really well done in that regard. I don't think Chainsaw Man even is in the same light as Full Metal Alchemist in terms of like adult themes versus child themes. It's adult. It's adult. It's like borderline the step beyond Ichi. It's like that for this actual story. I don't know.
I feel you. We shall see with that.
But I am excited. I want to see that. I want to see. It's a movie, right? That's gonna be a movie that they
Chainsaw
do?
Man?
Yeah, that's coming out the 29th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I
of
want to see
October.
that. I do want to see that.
Great timing for the release for a Chainsaw Man too. I think Gacha Kuda has one more episode as well. They're getting pretty far into the story. I have to read up upon.
You've read
that.
it?
Gachi Kuda, yes, I actually binge read it.
Is it
Sir?
That's where
short?
it's at. It's around 140 something chapters right now, so not too
Yeah,
bad.
It's still
it's not
going
done
though.
yet. Yeah, it's still
It's
going.
still going.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, I forgot. JJK Medulo came out with another one. It
Yep.
did.
Yeah, yeah. It's weekly.
Oh, I forgot.
I gotta catch
All
up in
right.
that.
Hey, this shit, it's looking pretty
I did
good.
finally get through the first chapter, but like now we on what 4?
Yeah.
So I gotta catch up.
Let's see.
What y'all rated so far?
With JJK Medulo,
Yeah.
I'm giving it a solid 8. Solid 8. It's getting me back interested in the JJK lore, expanding upon it as well. Taking the Dragon Ball Z route, because I feel like a lot of shonen right now, or a lot of these battle anime are really going the Dragon Ball Z route because they see how much potential is there. If their regular IP that they use prior to can make a seamless transition, such as a Naruto, such as a Dragon Ball Z, such as a Dan, such as a JJK. Certain of these shows, they have a power set where it's not too off brand to be like, all right, aliens are here. And niggas would be like, okay, this makes sense. This makes sense. Very dope though. Very different.
Okay.
It's not really action heavy per se. It's a lot more dialogue, but you know there's tension. There's a lot of tension building right now. Obviously, it's still early, but I'm curious where they go from here and the Easter eggs that we might get, or potential older characters that might show up for this one as well. But yeah, I can
It's
say
not starting light. Like JJK, the start of JJK, it hit you in like the okay, I gotta lock in immediately, and this is going right into it. Like we getting right to the crazy. Whereas with this, I feel like to Sage point, it's kind of like expanding on lore a little bit more. It's showing how curse energy, the influence that curse energy has within the world. And I like that. I do. I really do like that it is doing that with this. I think once the intensity and the action, because like back to the point that you said, Sage, and I thank you for that because you kind of helping me understand how my expectations for these chapters that I haven't read, where I should have them. There's intensity that's definitely being built upon, but I think what I need, like what I'm just really need to see before I can really say how I feel about the series is what the outcome of that intensity looks like. And I ain't gonna hold you though. Depending on how they do this, I might end up liking story-wise the story in this more than the story in the original JJK. I could kind of see it. I don't know.
it could go crazy. We gonna see it
Because it's just different how they doing it.
yeah.
They talk. It's like they talking it out. Kind of. See, y'all know my favorite anime or manga, Hunter x Hunter. It's kind of that Hunter x Hunter feel where it's like they giving you they explaining everything out. They letting you know what the world and the area is like at this time, which adds that like it adds to it. Like when you finally get to all of the shits hitting the fan, it hit a little bit harder. And that's the part that I think is catching me with this, where I'm like, you know what? I might, depending on how they do this might end up being a set like where I like the part 2 more than I like the part 1. It's just not enough has happened yet to conclude that yet, but it's giving me them Hunter x Hunter vibes in that regard.
All right. It is, yeah, the Hunter x Hunter vibes. I do. They be yapping a lot in this damn thing.
Yes.
They be yapping a lot.
Like
But it's good
very
yapping.
wordy. Very
It's
wordy.
good yapping.
Yeah.
We might get another Sukuna level bat, or we might have. There is technically another Sukuna level bat, and
Yeah.
it has been so much. What's the word? There hasn't been as much turmoil as it was in the regular JJK timeline. So Jujutsu sorcery has like not dwindled, but the quality of it has dwindled.
Yeah.
So they're facing alien species who, from what we could tell, have centuries of knowledge in using cursed techniques. So much so they have built a spaceship, possibly from using cursed energy and everything like that. So very interesting plot points that they could dig into. Kaiju number 8,
They was
season
in
2.
shambles after that not Shibuya, but what was the area called in the
Shinjuku.
second one?
Shinjuku.
Yeah, after the Shinjuku one, they was in yo, like everything was in shambles, which I do like that this story kind of like that's the direction that everything went off of. It's like, yeah, bro, like we were able to be a little bit more peaceful, and after everything that happened in that era, we needed it. All right, that's it. I'm done.
You good? Did we want to talk about Alien Earth, or do we want to end it here? Hour 11. I feel like this is a great time.
T, you said you still want to see. You haven't seen Alien Earth, but you would like to see it.
Nah, I'm planning on watching it. I just catching more other stuff.
All right, so we'll double back on this.
Yeah.
Alien Earth, that it has finished. It is on Disney Plus, aka Hulu. If you have either or, very good series. I want to say, what was it, like 6 to 8 episodes? 6 episodes, might be.
Something
It might
like
be
that.
4.
Long.
They are long as hell. It's kind of like damn near like a
It's
movie.
a little movie.
A
Yeah,
little
it's like
movie. But they have like gotten the essence of Alien though
yes.
in these episodes. And it's very interesting, the twist and everything, and the lore that they're expanding upon as well. So if you haven't tapped into that, Alien Earth on Hulu/Disney Plus, if you haven't been tapped in. We're gonna end this on a high note because Lamar Jackson is about to catch this L.
Well, he got injured.
He caught the L
Dang.
first. Clap it up for the L.
Actually, they just had a 71-yard run by Justice Hill, so they're making a
Oh
comeback.
my God, bro.
It's still a L. It's still a L. It's still a L. Nonetheless, we appreciate y'all for stopping on by. We shall be back here again next Sunday if plans do change. Be aware we might be on Monday as well. We might also stream a little bit of games here and there too. So please, like I said, tap that noti bell. Make sure you're staying in touch, staying in tune. Follow us on all social media platforms. Squad Nero Podcast. Y'all have a good rest of y'all week, and we shall see y'all till next time. Peace.
These dreams on the road to riches, focus on the ticket, maximize my means. It's like now I'm just trying to float. There's a couple holes up in this boat. Dose my mind just so I can quote. They focus on the dial, feel like I'm a migrant, just touch a new island. Every time I smoke, regardless, ain't no way I'ma miss my target when I got it locked up in my scope. Watch out for the snakes in the grass. Snakes in the grass. of that green. Whip it fast, the whip color of cocaine. I'm independent, they in this minute to stop these dreams. On the road to riches, focus on the ticket, maximize my means. It's like, nah, I'm just tryna float. There's a couple holes up in this boat. Dose my mind just so I can cope. They focus on the dollar, feel like I'm a migrant, just touch a new island. Every time I smoke, regardless, ain't no way I'ma miss my target when I got it locked up in my scope.
Watch out for the snakes in the grass. Watch out for the snakes in the grass. Watch out for the snakes in the
I want all the smoke, yeah. Running trash bags of that green. Whip it fast, the whip color of cocaine. I'm independent, they in this minute to stop these dreams. On the road to riches, focus on the ticket, maximize my means. It's like, nah, I'm just tryna float. There's a couple holes up in this boat. Dose my mind just so I can cope.